Hey everyone, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Today is episode 128 of the brand new Coffee and Comic Show. And as you can see, I'm not alone. I got my good friend Bob here with me. Bob, how you doing today?
I'm having an out-of-body experience because I'm here on the set, but I'm somewhere else. I don't know. It's coffee and comics time. That's all I know.
Are you drugged up or something? Is that the deal?
No, not me.
A little bit?
A little bit, no.
A little bit? You said a little bit. I heard you.
From yesterday, yeah.
You had to go to the dentist, right?
I did.
Yeah, emergency dentist?
Yeah.
You didn't do it the way I do it, huh?
Nope.
Grip it and rip it?
Can't do it that way.
Yeah, I love doing it that way. That's the only way to do it.
It's not a tooth. It's my jaw.
And grip it and rip it. There you go.
There you go.
Anyway, we always start off with the coffee that we're drinking, and today we're drinking coffee from none other than Mocha Express, the official coffee shop of Comics with Bueller. And right now I'm drinking the caramel frap. I've already had some, as you can see here. That's nice. It's kind of hot out today already. It's around noon when we're filming this. So I got my, what do you call it, the whipped cream that you love so much.
That's right.
Some caramel in there, some chocolate, and some coffee and stuff. I'm going to have a sip. Ooh. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, what's really funny is that, first of all, going into Mocha Express right now,
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome. There's people everywhere.
Oh, that's
right?
awesome.
Wall to wall, you know, and it's, for after this last year, it's just so good to see.
Yeah.
So I walk up and I start ordering these two coffees, and as soon as I said caramel frap, the owner was like, "Oh yeah, Travis's." I was like,
Oh, yeah. He knows.
He knows exactly.
He knows.
So that's pretty cool. But I am having a 6-shot Americano with some sugar-free vanilla sweetener, no cinnamon this time, and it's amazing.
How many shots? What's your record?
I think 8 is the most I've
8.
gone.
And then you're talking about whiskey, right?
No. I've gone more than that with whiskey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So 8 espresso shots.
Yeah, 8 espresso shots.
And that'll do it for you.
It did that morning.
Okay. So but your regular is 6?
6, yeah.
And every day?
Not every day.
Every other day?
About maybe twice a week.
Probably like 8 times a week?
Something right. I drink a lot of coffee throughout the week anyway. So.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You're a coffee man.
I'm a coffee man.
You're on a coffee show that happens to talk about comics.
Yes.
So I guess that's what we should start doing.
Right.
We're kind of both out of it right now.
Right now.
Oh, my tooth just fell out.
Here we go. That's great.
We'll just let that go there. It's pretty cool. It is what it is. It's a fake tooth. You guys all know it. We'll just keep it going. Whatever.
Just keep it going.
I could care less.
Monday morning, y'all.
Yeah, I almost swallowed it the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah, I gotta make a new one. It's one of those little, you mold it and put it in there, and my daughter's gonna hate that. If she's watching this, she's gonna call me and be like, "Dad, take that damn video down right now."
Right.
I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, let's do a rundown.
Okay,
Of what
let's
we're
do a
talking
rundown.
about today. We're gonna start off with announcements and thank yous. We'll go to first 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. We'll go to our topic, which our topic today is best Spec books of the year so far. You might have missed some, so you might want to pay attention, or you might already have them in your collection and don't even know it. But we'll talk about the best ones that were brought to our attention. And this topic is brought to you by BlackBoxComics.net. We'll go on to there to Final 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. And then we'll do our Robbie's Pick of the Week, plus the pick. We all know what that is. We have our Honest Mystery Box Reviews by Scout Comics. And this week we are doing the Torpedo Comics Mystery Box. It did not go well.
It did not.
We've done some pretty nice mystery box reviews over the last couple of weeks. This one is the opposite of a nice mystery box review. So if you want to stick around and find out how horrible they did, because they did horrible.
They did.
But we'll tell you exactly why when we get there. Then we'll have our Was It Good segment brought to you by Comics on Coffee. You can go to their website, order some coffee, enter code Bueller, save 15%. Great coffee. I need to try the pumpkin spice one. It's getting close to that.
Getting close.
Whatever, I don't know. And then we'll have our Random Thoughts segment brought to you by our patrons. We're going to be talking about the future of Comics with Bueller. There's some stuff coming up. And also Bob's got some stuff as well he's going to talk about as well for our Random Thoughts. And once we do that, that's going to be it. We're going to wrap up the show and call it good. Maybe pick up my tooth and stick it back in. But you know what? Not everyone. A lot of people would say cut.
They,
Screw it. I don't care.
Show must go on, man.
Yeah, it's just the regular shit we deal with, right?
Here we go, man.
I'm a slow motion.
Here's a little circle following it all the way down.
Yeah, as long as it makes you happy, that's all I care about, right? Okay. Announcements. Well, this is the week. Moon Knight #1 comes out. The very first Comics with Bueller Marvel exclusive. They're still available on the website birdcitycomics.com. Make sure you enter the code Bueller. You save 10%. Just so you guys know, I don't make any money if you use the Bueller code. That's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying that because you guys save money. I don't get like a discount or something like that. I don't get any kickback on that discount code. I'm just letting you guys know if you use that code, you save 10%. You can save yourself money on anything that you buy there. So if you're looking to get the Moon Knight #1, I think all the graded copies are sold out from what I've heard. But they still have some of the virgin copies and the regular copies as well. So if you want to get my very first Comics with Bueller Marvel exclusive Moon Knight #1, go ahead and do it. I appreciate that. And thank you, Bird City Comics, for us doing this deal together.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Very excited. I also wanted to say, people have been asking, I do have some Bueller boxes available right now. It's my mystery box right there. I only have like 12 of them, only about a dozen. And if you're looking to get some, they're just email me at buellercomics@gmail.com. They're $15 plus $8 shipping priority. I only have the Gemini mailer boxes right now, so those are the priority mail, so that's why they're the $8 and not the media mail. So if you want a mystery box, there's only 12 of them. They'll be gone really quick. $15 plus $8 shipping. Just email me, buellercomics@gmail.com. Okay, some thank yous. We want to say thank you to our Patreon members. We didn't pick up any new members this week, but that's okay. We got some wonderful members right now. And if you want to join our Patreon, it's $4 a month, the price of one comic book a month. If you think we're worth one comic book, what are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing at anything.
If you think Bob's worth one comic book a month, if you want me to stick my tooth back in my mouth with one comic book a month, then join our Patreon.
God, kind of guy smile? Jeez.
Whatever, dude. Screw you, Bob.
What? Oh, we're off the rails today.
Oh, God. And I also want to say thank you to our super chats from last week. We had one, Wayne Force, give us a $100 super chat.
Thank you so much.
Just freaking fantastic. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, Wayne. We do appreciate that. That definitely will go quite a long way. Ryan Blue Thunder also gave a super chat, and also Metal Clergy. He's given many super chats in the past. Thank you, Metal Clergy. Thank you, all three of those people, for helping us out. If you want to do a super chat, you're more than welcome to. If you don't want to, don't worry. The show's for free. Doesn't cost nothing to watch it. So there you go. All right. So that's kind of the announcements and everything. Let's go ahead and jump into our first five.
Sure. Brought
to you by Bird City Comics. And Bob, you want to go first?
Sure thing. So I brought some 90s Thor goodness. I haven't done this for a while.
Nice.
So I got issue number 5. Pretty cool. I love these covers. I got issue number 18. Very cool. Issue number 11. Love the purple action going on that cover. And then number 17, we got the Juggernaut. And last but not least, we got 18 with Odin. Huge in the background. Pretty cool. There's my first 5.
There you go. Not bad, buddy. Mm-hmm. All right. I got my first 5. It's just a random assortment of books that were sent to me from a friend of mine. It was actually like a blind trade. I sent them some books. They said, what do you want? I said, I don't care. Just send me whatever you want. So I sent them some books that they wanted, and they sent me a bunch of books that were really cool. So I want to say thank you. I liked every one of them. The Punisher, they kind of know what I like. Yeah. So Punisher number 57.
Very cool.
Part of that blind trade. X-Force number 6, some Rob Liefeld goodness right there. Hello, Rob Liefeld. I know you're watching. Old Man Logan number 38, the variant with some Punisher on there.
Nice.
Not bad. The What If Punisher had killed the Spider-Man number 58. Not bad at all. And then Alpha Flight number 1. So this is kind of cool because this kind of leads into our topic. But the other week we were talking about books that aren't underrated.
Yeah.
And that book came up. Mm-hmm. So guess what happened that week?
What's that?
It was on the top 10 list.
Was it really?
Yeah, the very next week that was on the Key Collector top 10 list.
That's awesome.
And we talked about that quite a bit.
Yeah, we did.
On that episode. And we're like, this is really undervalued. And sure enough, it was on the Key Collector top 10. It was on the same thing or whatnot. But it was on the list, so I think maybe we had a little bit to do with that.
That's awesome.
It's still only selling for like $10, but
But still,
it is an undervalued book.
It truly is.
So very cool. We made a little difference, I guess.
Pretty cool. History. History.
There you go. Anyway, that's our first 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. Go to their website and then the code Bueller, save 10% on anything that you'd like to purchase. Let's move on to our topic. And our topic is brought to you by Black Box Comics. Go to their website, blackboxcomics.net. And the code Bueller there, you save 10% on all their publications that they have. And like I said, our topic this week is the best spec books of the year so far, brought to our attention by you, the audience. I'm not really a speculation guy. Bob knows a little bit more than I do, but he's not as into it as probably he once was.
Yeah.
So really this was up to you guys to let us know what the bigger spec books are this year so far. And let's go ahead and start off. So, Bob.
So this first one comes from Spencer Welch, and he says, mainly bad idea books, but they are designed to be spec books.
Okay. That's the first one I want to start there. What an interesting statement.
Yeah.
Designed to be spec books. How the hell does that work? Okay.
Right.
You do that by screwing over the comic shop.
You do.
And they do that all the time.
Yeah.
And they're going out of business. They're going out of business.
Sure they are.
Okay. And here's the thing. Let's talk about bad idea real quick. ENIAC #1 was selling for quite a bit. It's dropped down quite a bit. And actually, they all have dropped down. I think people got a little tired of the crap that they were doing. And it just kind of wore on people. Because right now, ENIAC is selling #1. The first print's like $70. For a long time, it was like $300.
Right.
The other Whalesville tankers or the other ones, they're all around $10 to $15. Whalesville is a $10 cover price book.
Yeah.
And those are all selling between that $10 to $15 mark. Sure. Not that much money. They were more in the beginning, but they have dropped quite a bit. And I really do think that has a lot to do with the publisher themselves, just going through the crap that they were kind of putting out there, just kind of, their little buttons, their little gimmicks and all that stuff. People just got tired of it.
Well, I think you're right. I think people did get tired of it, but I think the market caught up as well. I mean, in the beginning, a lot of people were scrambling to try to find these books, and they couldn't.
Yeah.
Right? So prices are going up. And then all the people who had the books are like, wow, I can sell that for $300 a shot. Yeah. And so they started getting rid of the books. And, with, the market demand going down because there's so many of them out there now, being put on for sale, the price starts going down. And so the market bears out what the truth is about that book.
Yeah.
Right? But their practices are made as such, yes, to screw over the comic shop and to try to get their books pumped up as high as they can.
Yeah.
And that's all they're going for is the buzz.
Yeah.
That's all they want. If you're talking about them, they've done their job.
Yeah. I think I mentioned this before, but there was the whole, back in the day, there was a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card.
Yep.
Okay, for Upper Deck. And there was a big hubbub about that card that you couldn't get it or whatnot, but they had individual sheets that were printed of that card that they would cut themselves. And they would kind of distribute them separately outside the packs. Okay, because you couldn't get them in the packs. And so it drove up the price, but once word got out that they were doing that, and doing another way to distribute those cards, it really frowned upon them, what they were doing.
Sure, and then after that, there was a whole counterfeit scheme that, from that scandal, and it just ruined the price of the card.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I don't have any proof of this at all about bad idea, and I don't want to say anything that I do have any proof of that, but their marketing plan for their books and not letting shops sell their books for fair market value and driving up those books, then selling those books, who's to say who's that person selling that book on eBay?
Right.
Who are all these sellers that have unlimited supplies of these books now?
They got a boiler room down in the basement of their shop, and they're selling ENIAC books for $300 a piece.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know who that is. You don't. And like I said, I don't have any proof of a publisher doing that or whatnot. But it sure is a lot easier way to make money than it is to sell a book for $2.
It's true.
So anyway. They're going out of business. What do I care, right? All right, you got the next one.
Sure thing. This one comes from Dink Thinks. He says, Stray Dogs, Nottingham, Nice House on the Lake, Nightwing by Tom Taylor, Star Wars The High Republic, and then he says, personally, I think folks are sleeping on the first appearances of Miracle Molly in Batman and Flatline in Robin.
Okay. So I looked up some of the prices for these books, and honestly, Stray Dogs and Nottingham were the two most nominated books on this list as far as spec books of the year. New books this year. And honestly, if they came out like a month or two within like the year, I don't really know. I don't do the details. So if Stray Dogs and Nottingham came out in December, I don't know. It's close enough. We'll just say that. But right now, Stray Dogs #1 first print selling for around $90. Nottingham is a little bit more. It's around $100 for a first print. The Batman book you referred to, number 106, the cameo of the Miracle Molly, selling for around $12. And the Star Wars book that you referred to, the High Republic, is selling for around $20.
Yeah.
So those are the going prices. Stray Dogs by far was the #1 reference book on this list. There is a buzz about that book. I personally didn't like it. I read the first one when it came out. I thought it was a little too cartoony for me, so I passed on it. Never bought it. I do have a couple copies of like store exclusives that were sent to me or whatnot, but I did pass. I never even saw a Nottingham before. Never saw it on the shelf. Never read it, or whatnot, so I don't even know where to begin on that one.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people got it because it was just short print, and there was a lot. It was like, I think even before the book was out, there was buzz on it because it was so short print, and people were just buying it. And luckily, it turned out to be a decent story from what I understand.
Amazing book, yeah.
But even before the story was leaked, there was already buzz on it.
Yeah.
This one, the Stray Dogs was opposite. Stray Dogs, there's multiple copies available. It came out, you could buy it, no problem. And then people started reading it, they really enjoyed it, and it kind of grew a fan following. I think a lot of it had to do with the covers.
I think so too.
And the horror cover homages that they started doing for that, for the, either the exclusives or the variants or whatnot. I think that drove a lot of buzz to that book. And I don't know if there's any option used to that, but it looks like a cartoon already. So it's like it's already drawn for you. You just put it on there. It's good to go. So the other one, the Batman, the 106, about the Miracle Molly. I think with her, sure, there's potential. But here's the thing about Tinian. There's a lot. He makes a lot of new characters.
Yeah, he does.
He's probably made 20, 25 new characters for Batman. And when you're making so many new characters, even the Punchline character, which was a standout so far, it's not really doing a lot of movement right now. And that came out over a year ago. It's less than what it was. And he's introduced a ton of characters in the Batman universe. So whether any of them have a long shelf life, you really don't know because he's just going forward with something new every week. So if there's something new every week, you just kind of...
Something's going to stick.
Yeah. The Star Wars, the High Republic or whatnot, that was actually selling for more when it first came out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of leveled out. And really, the lack of Marvel books on this list was surprising. Mm-hmm. And really DC for that matter. A little more DC. But besides Star Wars High Republic, that was only one referenced.
As far as Marvel goes, yeah.
Yeah, Marvel goes. Can you think of anything else from Marvel this year that's kind of, I know we're missing some stuff, so I'm asking.
Well, Strange Academy.
That one was,
is definitely one you want to talk about. Of course, that came out the year before, and but as far as stuff that's going on right now, the Venom has kind of died down a bit. Daredevil's still going strong, but that's kind of a slow burn. Yeah. But really, when it comes down to it, I would agree. There's nothing really in the last year that I would say has stood out for Marvel.
Yeah, for spec books.
For spec books, exactly.
There's some older ones, sure, like the Strange Academy and some of the Venom ones because of some stuff that happened in the later issues of Venom, or whatnot. But really, nothing within this year that I can think of. If you guys know, let me know. Because like I said, I'm just not totally aware. So we're kind of it's up to you guys to let us know. If there is. And really DC was on the same level. Really the Batman was really referenced and then the Nightwing a little bit. Sure. And I think the Nightwing is based on the story.
Yeah, Tom Taylor's writing probably the best Nightwing that has been written in years. Yeah. And so, that right there, if you're not reading that one, you should be. Yeah. And those are gonna remain hot for a while.
Nice. Okay, Bob, you got the next one as well.
Okay, next one comes from Comics, Coins, Stamps, Collectibles, and Gaming. He says, best 2021 published spec book, Batman 106 and Batman 108, Miracle Molly's first appearances.
Yeah, we just kind of hit on that a little bit. Like I said, I think it's an interesting character. It looks like a cool character or whatnot. A lot of shiny colors and stuff and happy. I don't know. You never know. That's the thing because like I said, he makes so many. If he just made Punchline and that was it, that would be worth more. If he just made Punchline and Miracle Molly and not the designer, and not this guy, not this guy, not this, the clown killer, whatever it is, then it would stand out more.
Yeah.
But it's kind of lost with all these new characters introduced almost on a monthly basis.
Right. I think there's spec buzz when a new character comes out. You get action inside of the market when that happens. But really, whether or not any of these characters are going to have staying power is how they're used going forward. Probably not during Tynian's run, but going forward. When we see Punchline being used, when we see Clown Killer being used, or the Ghost Maker, or any of these characters, that will bear out whether or not they're going to be these characters that we're going to go back and want their first appearances.
And I think a lot of these characters, even though they're popular, and even though they generate a buzz, I think a lot of them are one and dones. And I think like a perfect example is like that Robin King. Mm-hmm. I don't know where they go with that.
I guarantee we're going to see him again.
Maybe in another metal thing. Mm-hmm. But outside that universe, how do they do it?
Well, I mean,
they don't.
They were able to use the Batman Who Laughs outside of the universe.
Yeah, that's true. You could be right.
And so, with as popular as that character was,
it wasn't. It was popular. They didn't. If it's popular, you capitalize on it. They didn't. Is there any future work for that character?
Not that I've heard.
Is there any individual books? No. I mean, I think a lot of them are one and done, and then they just go from there.
I would agree. I'm just saying with Robin King, we may see something a little bit different. Just like the Batman Who Laughs, it took about a year or two before they came out with anything. And I think that was based upon what Capullo and those guys were doing. So we'll see what happens. But you're right. Most of these are one and done. I don't see a lot of these characters that Tynian has created really doing anything going forward. Really, I don't. Yeah. But there are a few of them that are intriguing.
Yeah. Let's see. I got the next one as well. This is from Eric Bourdon. He said, I'm liking Geiger, Nice House on the Lake, and Noctera. I picked up as specs. Missed out on Stray Dogs, but lots seem to love it. Yeah, like I said, Stray Dogs was the number one. Geiger right now, number one, is going for around $20. I'm sorry, Nice House on the Lake is going for around $20.
Really?
Number one. Yes.
Wow. I thought they oversold it.
Geiger is selling for around $20 as well. No, I'm sorry, that's around $12 for Geiger. Noctera is still cover price. So if you want to go for Noctera right now,
book.
It's a great book. They made a lot. Mm-hmm. They printed a lot. They went heavy on that book. They put a lot behind that and stuff. So there's a lot of number ones out there for that one. But if you want to get a book right now for cover price, that's one that you could invest in. And
for sure.
Who knows? All three of those are pretty good. I haven't read The Nice House on the Lake, but a lot of people have really enjoyed it. It's a DC book. I think it's a limited series. It's by Tynian. He's got tremendous buzz.
Man, everything he touches is gold right now.
Yeah, except wind.
Except for wind.
Sorry. But Geiger is another book we've talked about quite a bit on this series. And really quick, I want to point out, Geiger is a great book. It's also a great quality book as well. Yeah. They put the hard cardstock cover on it. Page quality is really good. It's just an all-around, really nice book. Me saying that also means that you could probably get 9/8 a lot on those books if you're looking to grade them, if that's your thing, because they are that nice cardstock quality cover, nice pages, all that good stuff. So there you go. And Noctera as well. Like I said, any of these could probably be like some type of series if that's what people are basing this stuff on. They're all will translate pretty easily to some kind of sci-fi thing or whatnot.
And let's just we mentioned wind earlier. That's one that we didn't resonate with us, but I guarantee you that gets picked up for a movie. Everybody's going to be like, "Oh, I was on to wind."
No, that wind blew right by me.
There you go.
Anyway, so all three of those are really good. They were all available for cover price not too long ago.
Yep.
Really, Nice House on the Lake is on issue 2. So, issue 1 was just a month ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Geiger's on issue 4. I think that's a every other week series on that one. So, that's 2 months ago. And Noctera is probably the same thing. So, anyway, a lot of great books. A lot of really cool independent stuff. Kind of sparking the market right now.
Popping.
I got the next one as well. This is from John Crescencio. It says most of the spec books that are skyrocketing are most of the indies. Their stories are well written, so it keeps you hooked. Unlike DC and Marvel, keep up with the good work, guys. Yeah, I was just saying that indies right now, more so than I think I can remember, are kind of the talk of the town as far as speculation books. Because, like I said earlier, when you think of this whole year, for Marvel, maybe one or two, like the whole year so far, maybe the Star Wars one. It's not even something in the Marvel universe. It's something totally. Star Wars is its own universe. Okay, It's not in the Marvel universe. It's something totally separate. Okay, but anything is within the Marvel universe. Not really too much.
No.
Not really much at all.
No, I think we're coming to a time where, just the popularity of a character is not going to sell a book anymore.
Yeah.
And I think, the big two have rode off those coattails for a long time. There are people out there that just because there was a Batman book, of course, I'm going to buy it because he's my favorite character. Just because there's a Spider-Man book, I'm going to buy it because it's my favorite character. I think you get a lot of people who are not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And so Marvel and DC are going to have to start putting out some quality stuff if they want to keep people on board and buying their comics. That's just how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that the ones that are sparking more, even the DC stuff, is not the mainstream titles. It's the Black Label stuff. It's the Nice House on the Lake. It's the other stuff, or it's the Metal series, which is not something totally different or whatnot. So when I think of DC, we started off the year with the Future State thing, and really maybe one book out of that whole run kind of had a little bit of pop to it or whatnot.
Yeah.
That was about it, and that was the whole launch for 2 months, 2 or 3 months was all Future State stuff.
It was.
Okay, Bob, you are up next.
All right, so the next one comes
You're going to like this one.
Am I? Okay, cool.
Sure.
All right, next one comes from Cody and Laura Joy. They say, We Live by Aftershock. Yes. So We Live by Aftershock #1 came out last year, but issue 5 came out in February. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yep.
The first story arc was amazing, and the book took a turn that no one was expecting. Lots of new characters were introduced in #5, and there have been multiple reprints since then. Check out the trade for an incredible story. I honestly enjoyed it more than Something is Killing the Children. I love We Live.
I know you do.
And that issue 5, I wasn't expecting that to be coming, but we found out that they're going to be spawning a whole universe from that We Live book. And from what I understand, we're going to finally get some more of that We Live universe in December, is from what I'm hearing. But Aftershock, I think, killed it with that book.
Yeah. That one, now, just so you guys know, We Live #1 is about a $50 book right now, first printing. We Live #5, and this is a rarity, it's $50 as well.
Yeah.
The rest of them are, $10, $5 or whatnot. But, and I've always said this before, just buy #1. This anomaly, because what they did in #5 was so different, and like they said, introduced a bunch of new stuff and went a whole different path than what they were doing. That book has buzz as well. So #1 and #5 are the 2 books to get for that. They're both around $50. It's a great series. I found #1 still sitting on the shelf not too long ago.
Yeah.
At a comic shop. So if you're finding #1, you can definitely find #5. It's still sitting there.
For sure.
The nice thing about it is, it's a series that's over, but Aftershock has decided to keep it going. They don't do that a lot.
No.
They really don't. And they've missed out really on some great titles that they should have kept going. Join the Future or whatnot. It's one of my favorites. Should have definitely kept going. They've done it like on this one, the Western one, Before the Blood or whatever it was. They made a volume 2. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
That's some weird story. But they really don't tend to do volume 2s. But on this one, they are going to extend the universe.
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of grew over time. It grew a following, and enough of a following to say, yeah, let's do it. So with them simply doing that, that just makes the first volume going to be worth more in general. Because people are going to want to go back and find out about it.
Sure. Just a word of caution on that particular book. Right now, there's a lot of buzz on it because, yes, they're spawning a whole brand new universe, and there's all these brand new characters inside of that book. I would say if you picked it up off the shelf, it's great to have inside of your collection, and that would have been the time to get into it. But if you're going to take a gamble and buy that book for $50 right now, just realize that it is a gamble, because there are many companies who have tried to spawn new superhero universes, and not all of them have been successful, and the market is going to bear out if they're successful or not going forward. And so just know that when you buy that book, if you buy it right now and you buy it for more than cover price, you're buying it at a gamble and taking the gamble that it's going to be great. I have faith in the Miranda brothers. I think they're going to do an amazing job. But there have been, we've seen superhero universes spawned all the way from the 90s till now, and most of them haven't played out. So just be careful.
All right, Bob, you got the next one as well.
Sure thing. So the next one is from Bad Guy Collectibles. He says, Dark Knight's Death Metal #7 for Spec book. Congrats on the exclusive Marvel cover. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Forgot to use the Bueller code. That means I need to order more Bird City goodness.
Yeah. Remember, use the Bueller code.
Use the code.
Wherever you use it, use it. You know,
Right.
whoever uses it, whatever website you use it, save some money. I'm all about saving money. But really, Dark Knight's Death Metal number 7. That's the first appearance of the Yara Flor, the new Wonder Woman or new Wonder Woman type character or whatnot. That one's only selling like $10.
Really?
Yeah. And here's a brand new Wonder Woman. Okay, new character, $10. And here's We Live number 5 selling for $50.
Right.
That just kind of shows you the market is kind of shifting right now as far as like a brand new character, a brand new something or what other, you know, like even if, for example, the Miracle Molly is only about $12
Right.
for her first appearance.
Interesting.
But these other books, and I've said this all along, people ask me for advice on collecting or investing and whatnot, and I don't have a lot of advice, but the advice I've always given from day one is buy number ones of independence. Why? Because you never know. For one, it's an easy buy-in of $3 to $4, and you never know if that is the next Stray Dogs.
Sure, and 9 times out of 10, when a book spikes in that series, it's always the number 1.
Yeah, it is. It always number 1. The number 5 for We Live is an anomaly.
Anomaly.
Unless it's The Walking Dead or maybe Invincible or maybe like literally you can probably count independent books on your hand as far as what series have more value as past number 1 or number 2. Because mainly after number 2 or whatnot, it's like $1 books.
Yeah.
And that's just how they are. Because every character is a new character in independent books. It doesn't matter. But really, I've always said, buy number 1 independents. For one, you get to read a brand new story. So you're not losing nothing right there. You're enjoying something new. You're getting your money's worth $3 to $4. And then it always has the opportunity to grow from there. And that's the only one you'll need. That's the only one really you'll need. Like if you don't need, you don't need something's Children number 2. I mean, it's worth money. Don't get me wrong, but number 1 is like $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2 is like $100. Okay. That just shows you, the number 1 is the one to get.
Absolutely.
It's always the number 1 to get for independent books. So just be on the lookout for number 1. And there's always new number 1s every week, so you never know. Okay. Let's see here. I got the next one here. This is from 78S Music Man. It says, great show. If I think some of the bigger spec books have been Nottingham, Joker, Berserker, and Stray Dogs. Some of the Star Wars books, the new ones, and the new Mom will be huge. So I wanted to talk about that Mom book real quick. We already talked about some of the other ones, Nottingham, Berserker. Berserker I don't think is really a spec book. I mean, they made so many of those. It's crazy.
It's true.
I mean, it's like the number 1 printed independent book in the last 10 years or something like that.
Unless you got that 1 in 1,000 copy, you're not making money off that book.
So then we already hit on the other ones. But that new Mom book, there's some buzz around that one. And you were telling me there's a certain writer.
Yeah, it's actually written and created by Emilia Clarke. We know her from Game of Thrones. She was Daenerys. She was also in the Han Solo movie, right? And so here's another actor taking and putting their hand to writing a comic book. Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool.
I read it. I got an advanced copy of it to read. It's a long book. I don't know. Is it a one shot?
I don't think so.
Okay. If it's on a series, it's long. It's like 50 pages, and it was interesting. I mean, I don't want to give too much away because nobody's read it yet. So, but we'll talk more about it next week. Okay. Okay. But it's definitely, there is some buzz about it. Multiple people talked about it. You were interested in it and stuff like that. Sure. So, and it's got a celebrity behind it. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be printed as much as Berserker, which had Keanu Reeves behind it, True. But you never know. You never know. 11th printing, silver gold cover or whatnot. Right. Okay. I got the next one here as well. This one is from Ghost Rider. It said, my spec book has to be Proctor Valley Road. This series reads like a scripted Netflix show, and all I know is if the last page of the final issue doesn't have Janis Joplin rocking on stage with Big Brother, I will be totally upset. Runner-up spec books with Strange Academy. Honorable mentions Dead Eyes. And my speculation is based off which books would be the best for becoming next big TV series. Proctor Valley Road is great, and I think it's an underrated book, and I think a lot of people are missing out. For one, it's written by Grant Morrison, co-writer, I should say. He's a big-time writer, and Green Lantern, I mean, you name it. He's a famous writer. And it's been a fun series. It's a good series, and like he said, it is kind of written like it could be a show, no problem. It's female-based characters or whatnot, which are kind of the thing right now. and all the characters are represented very well. You know, different. They get along good, but they all have different characters about them. You know, and traits about them that would identify them in a series. They wouldn't get lost in the shuffle.
Right.
So I think that's pretty good. And like I said, the story is really good. It's about monsters and killing and stuff like that. You know, and it's set in the early 70s, I think, or late 60s or something like that. Mm-hmm. And anyway, I think it's an undervalued series. The number 5 comes out this week, which is the last one. I actually had a chance to look at that as well. It's great. You know, I loved it. So, but I think he's right on the money as far as that's another series that could be a spec series. And really, you can pick it up for cover price right now.
Yeah.
It's still sitting on shelves. Or you can order them online for $4 or $5 for the first print, number 1. They've made multiple prints because it did sell pretty well. Mm-hmm. Dead Eyes, that series came out a while ago, but I enjoyed that series as well.
I did too.
And
started out as Dead Rabbit, right?
Yeah, it was Dead Rabbit, and then they had to rename it Dead Eyes. It's the same first 2 issues, and then it was a 4-issue series. I hope they do more of it.
I think they are. I think I heard Jerry Duggan is going to come out the next part of the series.
Yeah, it's a great series. Great character. It's a little unsettling, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anyway, I like that one. And then, of course, you talked about Strange Academy and the Star Wars stuff or whatnot. I do have some picks that I just wrote down myself that I thought could be spec. This one's kind of so there's Haha number 1. I think it's a good book, but it does come to an end, and I think that's it. You know, so usually after a series is done and over with, if it hasn't built up the whole spec market by that point, it really doesn't go back in time and build it. You know, I mean, it's like number 1's worth like $15,
something like that. But just like Ice Cream Man, I mean, you're talking about possibly another great anthology series.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they'd make a series off of number 1, but having a Haha series, just like an Ice Cream Man series, would be phenomenal.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I'm talking about a publication still going.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Ice Cream Man is still going, so it's still getting new fans all the time. Haha's done.
Haha's done, except for the fact that this last issue crossed over into Ice Cream Man, so we may get more.
Yeah. The next one is, I didn't even know this was a spec book, but it's actually again Chariot number 1.
Really?
Yeah, it's like selling for like $20.
Unbelievable.
And that's the one with the guy having sex with the car and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't read it.
You didn't have to read it, did you? You just looked at the pictures.
Exactly. No. It was all I needed to hear when I heard the story.
There you go. Another series, which I think Shadow Doctor, number 1.
I love that series.
So it's almost done as well, but that's ripe for a movie. Yeah. That is a movie right there, easily. This is another anomaly, but crossover number 7, written by Chip Zdarsky. If you haven't read that book, go read it. It's definitely an interesting book to read and kind of, a meta.
Sure,
I got that right.
That's what you told me. It's definitely meta.
Anyway, that one I think might have some, long-lasting monetary value or whatnot. Then Eve, number 1. I think Eve is another good one by Boom. I think that's a series that could do something.
Yeah.
I think as it keeps going, it's going to grow a following to it or whatnot. We got number 3 coming out next week. Or this week, I believe. So, but those are some that I really like. And the Eve one, you can still get it at cover price.
Yeah,
as well.
You can. Yeah,
so that's still, you can order it or whatnot. I don't know about Shadow Doctor. That might be a little harder to find. But if you do, it's probably like $4 or $5. So, anyway, any other spec books you can think of at all?
No, I can think of much. I mean, definitely We Live number 5 was definitely on my radar. Of course, the Stray Dogs. Nottingham, I absolutely love it. Even if you're not specking on it, try to pick up the story. You can pick it up digitally. It's a great story. Another couple of books that I wouldn't consider spec books, but I would say don't sleep on. Homesick Pilots.
Okay.
Another great one. And then one of my favorites from this year is Picture of Everything Else. That's just genius. And that's by Vault. I think it suffers from the fact that the last issue we got was in April, I think.
Yeah.
And we're not getting the 4th issue until August, I think, next month. And so, but I that book I can see if they were to do something with that, it would take off quick. Yeah. Really, really fun.
There you go. Spec books, everybody.
Specking.
Something that we really don't talk about, but you know what? We did this week. It's halfway through the year. It's mainly you guys what told us. To be totally honest. Mm-hmm. I was kind of surprised by some of the ones on the list. Of course, I've heard about a few. When I went and looked them up for prices, that's where I was surprised how much they were going for.
Sure.
To be honest. Those are just the new books that came out. Obviously, there's a bunch of spec books from the past. They're all specking on the Loki series, so all the books related to that. So that's a whole other category. We were just looking at brand new books that come out this year, available for cover price just a few months ago, and now they're worth $80 to $100. So
right.
That's the ones we were looking at. So anyway, that's our topic. Brought to you by Black Box Comics. Thank you, Black Box Comics. Go to their website, save 10%. All right, moving on to our final 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. And Bob, we'll have you go first.
Okay,
as
yeah.
well.
Here's 5 books that came out of that epic haul. Stay tuned for my channel this week. I'm going to do my first haul video. I'm going to split up into 2 separate videos. But here's some of the books that you'll see. And this is some good Avengers action. Here's Avengers 107. And then we got Avengers 109. I have always loved that cover with Hawkeye on the front.
I got that one.
And then Avengers number 127. And I love this era of the Avengers. Number 140. Of course, the Vision slipping into Yellow Jacket there. And then Avengers number 168.
Wasn't expecting that.
No, neither was I. There's my final 5.
It was Yellow Jacket.
No, neither was he. That's for sure.
Whoops. That's awesome, man. All right. Okay, I got more books that were sent to me from that blind trade. So we have X-Men Blue number 5, the variant Mary Jane edition.
Nice.
Not bad. What if Storm of the X-Men had remade a Thief? Number 40.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yep. Some what ifs. What if Magneto took over the USA? Part 2 of 2. Number 47.
Remember that one as well.
And I have doubles of these ones, so I'm just going to show them all.
All right.
Department of Truth number 10. This is the variant edition. Here's one copy.
Very cool.
Here's another copy. Here's another copy.
Wow.
And here is the 4th copy. And these are the exclusive from More Great Art. Sent me a bunch of books and a bunch of copies of those. We're going to use those as giveaways and stuff like that in the future. So
sweet.
We're putting together a whole box of giveaways again, piling up and everything. So there you go. Thank you, More Great Art. You can go to their website. I think it's called moregreatart.com. They got like exclusive, like original art prints there. Like they're very expensive.
Really?
And then they have exclusive like covers like that as well. So it's pretty awesome. But anyway, I thought that book was pretty cool.
Very cool.
I had it on my top 10 because I like the cover. It's a homage to the Joker, Harley Quinn.
Oh, that's
when
right.
they're dancing or whatnot.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so there you go. A lot of people making exclusives for Department of Truth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's it.
Ice Cream Man right now, so there you go.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Good stuff, man. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that's our final 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. Let's go ahead and move on to our good buddy Robbie.
Robbie!
And we'll go to Robbie's Pick of the Week.
Hey everybody, I'm Rockin' Robbie Billups from Pop Culture Philosophers, and you're watching one of the best YouTube channels out there, Comics with Bueller. Specifically, you're watching the new Coffee and Comic Show. And my Pick of the Week is...
Haha, number 6 by Image Comics. This one was a great issue. Did you get a chance to read this one?
I did read it.
And great pick of the week for Robbie, for sure.
Yeah, Robbie, you know what? He's a good picker.
He is a good picker.
And, with some haha, he didn't pick it last time.
Nope.
He didn't like number 5 as much because old lady. I don't think he likes old ladies.
But he made the casserole.
I don't care. Anyway, this is Robbie's Pick of the Week. He did a good job, but really, he picks all his Pick of the Weeks for the week. We've been doing this thing called Pick the Pick.
Pick the Pick.
And for all these weeks we've been doing it, Bob came in last week, and he actually got it right.
Yes, I did.
The very first one. And then we all heard about Bob's strategy last week because he whispered it to my ear. He's like, is there any Rom V books coming out? And that is Bob's ongoing strategy.
Rom V, Dan Waters, or Alex Packnadell.
Yeah, it worked for him. We got it right. So anyway, we got the envelope right over there. Mm-hmm. So let's see if we picked... number 6. Both of our picks are in here. All right, let's see this. $100.
$100.
Yep.
And that $100 is coming from where?
Jennifer.
All right. And the pick is number 6. Both Bob and Bueller picked it.
My first one.
There you go. My second one.
In a row.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
2. I'm feeling pretty good.
Look at you. Anyway.
Very good, Robbie.
'cause
Where's my
there
$100?
There was no Rom V, so that's why Bob didn't pick that one, but there is the one coming out this week. So anyway, we got it right. I finally got it right after about 2 months of picking. And actually, I think he even said in his video, he's like, "Did you get it right this week, Bueller?" Or something like that. So he probably figured it was kind of a lean week, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that was a great book, and I'm not surprised he picked that one. And I read it ahead of time. So anyway, we win.
We win.
Maybe Robbie should give us the money.
I know, huh?
Yeah, he's rolling in it right now.
Come on, Robbie.
There we go. So anyway, that goes to this week's Pick the Pick. And I already have mine on there if you want to look at that. This is for next week. And you can write yours on there, whatever you want it to be. Well, that's going to be mine.
Yeah. So this is an obvious pick.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with a less obvious pick.
Okay, sure.
Because
I've been trying that.
Because I think we're gonna psych him out.
Yeah.
Right? And he's either gonna go with the obvious pick.
He goes with the obvious.
All right, there's mine. And just to show you, I mean, your pick is the one I would normally pick.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm picking this other one.
Are we just giving it away? It sounds like we're just giving it away.
I know, we're just giving it away. But this way...
I've learned my lesson.
But now he's got to wonder, right, what the other pick is. And so that gives him a chance to pause for a second. Pick the pick, Robbie. Go ahead and pick it.
That sounds weird.
There we go.
Bob says weird things.
Going over here in the box.
There you go. So that's the pick the pick.
Pick the pick.
We'll see if Bob can get 3 weeks in a row.
Right, we'll see.
We'll see if I can get 2 weeks in a row.
All right.
I went with the obvious pick. Just saying that. Like I said, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Through picking like 2 months straight the wrong pick, trying to be, you know, special or whatnot.
Trying to be clever.
It was all just the regular stuff that he normally picks.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I'm sticking to that from now on.
All right.
Sorry, Robbie. All right. Let's go on to our next segment right here. And here we go. This is the one people have been waiting for. This is our Honest Mystery Box Reviews brought to you by Scout Comics.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be reviewing, let me take this down. We're going to be reviewing the Torpedo Comics Mystery Box, which I got right here. And we'll just put this on display so you can see it. It's got this black and white design. This is the box it comes in. It ships, it's a custom Gemini mailer or whatnot, so it ships in that. So there you go. We'll see if that just sits right there for a second. It probably won't, but anyway. Torpedo Comics Mystery Box. Let me tell you a little bit about it. You can get this on their website. I believe it's torpedocomics.com. This mystery box has 5 books in it. This was a $25 mystery box plus $6 shipping, so $31 total. I guess there was a grand prize for this. The Killing Joke #1 first print. I believe it was a CGC 9.8. I might be wrong, but anyway, that book was the grand prize. So anyway, we graded this box. Let's just say it did not go very well. But let's go ahead and get into the grading right now. The very first thing that we graded was the packaging and shipping. I gave it a 10 for that because it did have a custom box. The shipping cost for the priority mail was within $1 of the actual shipping rate. It was actually a little bit less. It was $6 shipping. Usually it's about $7.50 to $8 for priority mail, depending on taxes or whatnot. So I gave it a 10 on that. I like the box. Gemini mailer is the way to go. What did you give it, Bob?
I also gave it a 10. I mean, I don't think you can go anything different than that. You got the custom box. It's, within $1 of what normal shipping is. So, yeah, that gets a 10.
Yeah. Okay, so great start. Great start. It's all downhill from here, folks. So our next category is monetary value, and I'll show you the books up on here. And I'll tell you the values of the book. So we have Green Arrow Year 1, number 4 of 6. This has a $2 value, sold price.
But of course, on the actual
cover,
book, it says $10.
Yeah, they all have price labels on there, like that's how much they're supposed to be worth. I don't know. We'll talk about that towards the end. Here is Captain Atom #1, New 52. This one has a value of $2.50, sold price. The next one I have right here is the Avengers Marvel Comics Annual 2001. This has a value of $1. And the next one we have Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 #2, a James Tynion book. This one has a value of $2 sold prices. And the last one, apparently this is supposed to be the big book, is Danger Girl Volume 1, the Danger Collection. This has a value, sold price of $3.50. The price tag on that one says $15. Every one of those books had a price sticker of $10, except for the last one of $15. So if you add it up, depending on their price tags, you're looking at $55 in value. The actual value for the sold price is $11.
Yeah.
$11 in comics
For a $25 box.
For a $31.
We're putting shipping.
We're putting shipping in there now because that's the. I think it's just the total price of what we have to go buy now. So $31. So we got $11 value. So you lost $20 from Torpedo Comics, which is one of the biggest comic shops in the world. Okay, I gave it a 1 as far as value goes, monetary value, which is less than 50% of the box.
Yeah.
What do you give it?
I gave it a 0. I think
0.
it was less than 70% when you put the $6 shipping in on that.
Yeah.
It's definitely less than the value of the total box, 70%.
Yeah. And I looked for other prices, and then the prices ranged, and I did an average price for the sold. I mean, there was ones in there for, the $2.50 for the Captain Atom. There was one for $1. There's also one for $4.
Right.
So I just did the average price and stuff, But I mean, they're all pretty much dollar books, to be totally honest. And $2 books, and so just a horrible value. And this, we didn't buy this box. This was actually bought by our friend John, a local collector here, and he donated this box to us to do a review on it and stuff like that. And I was actually with John when he opened it, and he was like, he was very depressed.
Yeah.
He's like, "Geez, I just spent $31 on a bunch of $5 books." And no grand prize, no nothing like that. So it was just really bad experience all the way around. Okay. The next part is condition of books, bags and boards. I gave it a 9. Bags and boards are fine. Within a half grade or whatever they said. They have the grade of the book on the back of it. And, they're probably within a half grade. So I gave it a 9. That is a decent score. What'd you give it?
I gave it a 10. I think that the grades are exactly as described on there, and then the bags and boards, they're not bad at all. So
yeah, just the regular, whatever, BCW bags.
Yeah,
or whatnot.
exactly.
Yeah. They're not the high-end ones that we've seen on Comic Tom. He has the higher-end bags.
For sure.
And then the Heroes one, they had the Mylars and stuff like that. Yeah. So not those. Regular BCW bags. Silver Age, I believe. Next thing up is non-monetary value. Well-known characters, story arcs. I gave it a 5. More than half the books are just filler books.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything going for them at all. Didn't really care about any of them. There was some number ones, but number ones is stuff that you wouldn't even bother with, annual number 1 or Captain Atom and stuff. It's not big name characters that they put in this box. So I was a little surprised. What did you give it?
I gave it a 6. I gave them the benefit of the doubt on that with those number 1s inside of there. But you're right. I mean, they're really not number 1 books that they're going to be highly sought after. But anyway, I gave them the benefit of the doubt on that. I went with a grade of 6.
Yeah. The last thing we do is, did it deliver? And as advertiser or whatnot, or whatever you spent. No, it didn't. I gave it a 4. I put false advertising because literally they put the price tags on the book, and that was the false advertising for me.
Yeah.
They put $55 worth of value on the books, and then when you look them up, it's only $11. Okay, and give or take $1 or $2 here and there, but it's not even close. I mean, it's not even within the margin of error. $11 is compared. One book in here is priced $15. That value is more than what that actual book is or whatnot. So it's just like, it's false advertising to me. It did not deliver anything what it promised or whatnot. If I would have gave it a better score if they didn't have the price stickers on it.
Right.
Because it's misleading to any non-collector who doesn't know. They're like, oh, I got a $10 book. I got a $10 book. I got a $15 book.
If you don't know, that's that right there is the thing. For me, I do know.
Yeah.
And I feel insulted.
Yeah. And it just takes a quick minute to go look it up. I mean, literally, just look it up, and there it is. Nope, that's not what it's selling for.
Exactly.
And like I said, it wasn't even close. It's not like $10 price sticker, and you look it up, it sells for $8. Okay, I get it. Within a couple of dollars. No, it's selling for $1. Multiple for $1. The highest one is selling for $5.
Right.
And I don't know. So I gave it a 4. What did you give it?
I give it a 4 as well. And look, Torpedo Comics has a great reputation on their higher end mystery boxes. I know they're pretty popular. This is just their run of the mill, normal mystery box that they sell. And I am so disappointed in this. I'm taken aback by it.
Yeah. So my score was a total of 29. What was your score?
30.
30. So that's a total of 59, which is a grade of an F.
F. Wow.
That's a total failure. This is the worst box we've done by far. It's not even in comparison. Do me a favor. If anyone has done these boxes from Torpedo, because I haven't. This is the first one I've ever seen from them. Is this an anomaly?
Anomaly, right?
Is this we just get a bad box, or maybe the person who made it that day was having a bad day? Is this consistent with what the boxes that they put out with this quality box? You just mentioned that they do a premium box, but for the $25 box, is this what you get? I want to hear from you guys, and if it is, if this is not a good example of what you get, I want to know, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
Okay, but we can only go by what we were presented. And what we were presented is this box right here, which is an $11 value that cost $31, and it was very disappointing. So it got an F, 59 out of 100.
Wow.
And, and we were generous on a couple of things here.
Of course we were.
And really the main things that people look at is monetary value. That's what pretty much 95% of the people don't care, the packaging or the shipping, okay? But we put that in there. So when you look at a box, you want to know if you got your money's worth. Did you get your money's worth here? No. You lost a ton of money and got nothing in return. And, anyway, unfortunately, that is the case. Torpedo Comics, maybe we'll get another box from them down in the future, and it's a different score. And like I
hope
said,
it's an anomaly.
Yeah, I hope it is. I hope it's just a bad day or a bad box or whatnot.
For sure.
And in another box or something worth.
But we got to call it like we see it.
Yeah. So anyway, F was the final grade for failure, not for fun.
Not for fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Failure. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, that's our review of the Torpedo comic, Mr. Broth. Thank you again, John, for being so patient. It's been John. We've had this box for like a month.
Yeah.
We've had so many boxes to go. Next week we were doing the Spider-Man booth.
That's
mystery box.
Booth, yeah.
And then we got a couple more after that. So anyway, I don't know what to say. That's too bad.
It is too bad.
All right. Moving on to our Was It Good segment.
Was it good?
So this is a better segment. This will be happier. This is, we talk about comics that we read. And we talk about comics we're going to read. This is brought to you by Comics on Coffee. If you're looking for some coffee, go to their website. Enter the code Bueller. You save 15% on your coffee that you can buy. And you know what, Bob?
Yes.
Where's your books there?
Right here.
Okay. So, Bob, they're right there. Perfect. Here we go. We're going to start off with number 6. I already know, but, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Bob.
What?
Was it good?
It was good. I probably wouldn't have made it my pick of the week, only because I'm going to look at the series as a whole. And I don't think it really ties up the series, all that great. It does tie up with previous issue of Ice Cream Man. I think it's issue number 8, which was really cool. And then we have like a montage of things that the character goes through, showing pieces from both Haha and from the Ice Cream Man. That was kind of cool to see that montage. But in the end, I think the best part of the book for me was the question that he's posing, which is, in this life, is there anything to actually be joyful about? And what he basically poses, right, is that it's a choice, and to listen, right? And so I thought that was really cool. I thought, he wasn't leaving us just in despair. He was saying that joy is a choice. And so as of that, I thought it was a great book. I enjoyed it.
Deep Thoughts with Bob.
Man, that's what that book does to you, man.
There you go.
Prince,
awesome.
Man, his writing.
All right, we got this next one here. The Silver Coin, number 4. This one was by Jeff Lemire this time.
Mm-hmm.
Bob.
Yeah.
Was it good for you?
No.
I read it too.
It
was weird.
It was weird. I think Robbie in his review said that he got lost.
Yeah.
I wasn't lost.
Yeah.
I was able to follow it all the way through until I got to the end. Then I was like, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't understand the ending at all either.
Yeah, and so if you guys know what he was actually trying to tell us with the end of that book, please let me know.
Yeah.
But I got to the end of it and I was like, I think it just wasted like 10 minutes of my time.
Yeah.
I mean, up until that point, I was following it, but then you get to the end, and I don't know. I just don't know. So it's a no for me.
Yeah, I didn't care for it that much, and I thought the ending didn't make any sense as well.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, what does that mean? Does that mean something? And I was like, what am I missing? Mm-hmm. And apparently, a lot of people.
Maybe he's the new reader of Ha Ha,
I don't know.
and he was like, Ha Ha, joke's on you. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, this next one is called Beyond the Breach, number 1. Mm-hmm. And Bob.
Yes.
Was it good?
It was good. I liked it.
Really? I didn't read it.
So basically, it's about, the beginning of the story, you have this girl who's very pissed off at her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's not on the phone, but she's cussing him out while she's driving, and then bam, she gets into an accident. And when she comes to from the accident, she finds herself on the road with another car, and there's these creatures all around, and they're slaughtering people. And so it's like maybe she crossed over into another dimension.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But it was a wild ride from that point on to the end of the book. It was nothing but running from these creatures and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. It read like a movie, and I enjoyed every second of it. It was good.
Awesome, man. Look at you.
Yeah.
So, good one, the bad one, and a good one.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I guess I'm up next. I actually don't have my books.
Okay.
So we're just going to pretend. I'll put an image up there. So the ones I read was Eve and Thor. So if you want to...
All right, so Eve, this is number 3?
Yes.
All right, so Eve number 3 by Image Comics, I think?
Boom.
There we go, by Boom Studios. Bueller.
Yep.
Was it good?
Yeah, I've enjoyed this series. I think I reviewed the first 2 as well. Like I said, at the end of number 2, you're introduced to some new people. At least I thought you were going to be, and sure enough, you were. In this one, it's a group of kids and stuff. And because apparently kids are the only ones who survived, and then the zombie people or whatever. I don't know. I like it. It's weird because it's like there's kind of a twist at the end. I don't want to give it away. Did you read it?
Nope.
Okay. There's a twist at the end, and it kind of threw me for a loop, and I can't really explain it because I don't want to give it away, and I don't really understand it yet because you'll need to read number 4 to exactly know where they're going. But I like the series. She does get reunited with the bear, but I think the bear is possessed. It's got a little bit of alien in it or what, I don't know. So that's kind of interesting. And the people that she comes in contact with, it doesn't fare well for them either. So maybe it's just meant to be her. And that has something to do with the ending as well. But anyway, I thought it was a decent book, and I'm enjoying the series, and I'm looking forward to number 4. But it definitely has a cliffhanger twist at the end, so I need number 4 to figure out what exactly is going on. So
sure. All right. Pretty cool. All right, so the next book is Thor number 15
Yep.
by Marvel Comics and Bueller. Was it good for you?
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm so disenfranchised right now with a lot of Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
This is the start of a brand new story arc, and it's like it starts the book, they're all celebrating. They just got done defeating the other dude or whatnot, and Thor's like miserable. Mm-hmm. It feels like he's been miserable this whole run.
Yeah, ever since he became king.
Yeah, the whole thing, he's just been, like, he hates being Thor.
Yeah.
And I'm a little tired of it, to be honest with you. There's no, it's like the brooding, the DC movies do this a lot, where, like, I don't like being Batman, or I don't like being Superman,
Right.
It's like, why would you not like being Superman? There's worse things in life than to have to be Superman.
Right.
And that's kind of the feeling I get through Thor, is like, he just doesn't want to be Thor anymore, and he just kind of resents it and stuff. And they did the same thing in this one. He's like, oh, I can't lift the hammer. The hammer's not like in favor of me anymore. He can't lift it, but he's struggling and stuff like that. And he's just like, he goes to the Avengers and kind of like just complains to them about being Thor and stuff. And I'm like, buck up, man. There's worse things. I don't know. I'm kind of like I said, there's so many Marvel titles right now I'm just franchised with. I just I don't really look forward to many Marvel books, except for the Moon Knight one, which I actually read that one already, and I thought it was pretty good,
I don't know, for myself, when it comes to Thor...
Did you read Thor 15?
I didn't read number 15, but I truthfully haven't read the last 3 or 4 issues.
Yeah, I kind of lost
when it comes to Thor, I was very excited because Donnie Cates was excited to get on Thor. And ever since the whole Black Winter thing kind of ended, it's just been kind of blasé for me.
Yeah.
And, I mean, is he excited about writing the book? Or, I mean, is this, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like he is excited.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the feeling I'm getting from the book. But I was hoping for so much more out of one of my favorite characters, and it's just not there.
I'm curious to see how he represents the Hulk.
Yeah.
How he does that. How he takes that character and what he does with that character.
For sure.
So
love his writing.
Yeah. Okay, Bob. Well, I'm going to be reading Moon Knight #1.
Yeah.
Which I actually already read, so I'm already ahead of the game. Proctor Valley Road #5, which I actually already read as well, so I'm ahead of the game on that one. And Siphon #1, which is a new Image book that I looked at. It's a longer book as well. I need to read that. What are you reading next week?
I'm going to read that Mom #1.
Yeah. I'm
looking forward to that. I'm going to read Blue and Gold #1.
Oh, yeah?
My buddy Dan Jurgens.
There you go. That's your buddy, right?
He was very excited about writing that, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
You and
with
him shared the stage with Chris Claremont.
We did. We had a moment.
Yeah, you did.
And then the other one I'm going to read is Dark Blood by Image Comics.
There you go.
I think
good.
I'm very excited.
Is Dark
about
Blood
that.
Image?
I think it's Image.
I'm pretty sure it's Boom.
Is it Boom?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
But
it's Dark Blood #1.
The publishers don't care if you get that right.
As long as you buy the book.
Anyway, sounds good. I'm looking forward to reading the Dark Blood and the Blue and Gold, to be totally honest, because I know he was pretty excited to write that one. So anyway. All right, so that's our Was It Good segment, brought to you by Comics on Coffee. Like I said, go to their website, buy some coffee. You can subscribe. They do giveaways as well. You save 15% if you use the Bueller code. Let's move on to our random thoughts, brought to you by our lovely Patreon members. And we're just going to talk about some stuff real quick. The main thing, I haven't watched any shows. I'm not up to date with Black Widow or whatnot, so I really can't comment on that. But I just want to talk about the future of Comics with Bueller, the channel itself, and kind of tell you guys exactly what's going on. First things first, if you guys noticed my top 10 video, I haven't done it the last couple weeks. I'm going to do it by moving the day. It's instead of coming out on Tuesdays, it's going to come out on either Friday or Saturday, the week before those books come out, because the publishers are getting me the books earlier, and so I can do that earlier, so it gives you guys more time to know which ones are good. So instead of telling you on Tuesday and the books come out on Wednesday, I'll tell you on Friday or Saturday, and you'll have 4 or 5 days to go get those books or order them, because I'm being able to read those books ahead of time.
Sure.
So I want to move that up. So that video is still going to be around. I'm just moving the days. Starting this week will probably be on Friday or Saturday, depending on when they get me those books. Another thing I just want to say, I've talked about this in the past, and I'm starting to move forward. I'm planning on moving. I'm planning on next year, in the first part of next year, hopefully by March, really selling my stuff, going out and traveling and seeing the world or whatnot, and visiting people around the United States and Canada and stuff like that. Something I really want to do. I want to incorporate traveling with the channel. So I'm in the process of getting some of that stuff done. That means the channel is going to change quite a bit. I'm still going to do the regular preview video that's been a staple for so many years. Obviously, the coffee video will probably be a little different. We'll probably do something remotely, but that's still ways away. Mm-hmm. And some of the other videos. But there will be more videos attached to that, and I'm going to start showing those as I start to do this in Denver. I'm originally probably going to start out just using my van, so I'm doing a build out in my van right now to put a bed in there, to make cabinets and all this stuff. So I want to share that journey with you guys. I think it's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm selling a lot of my stuff. I'm selling all my comic collection. I'm selling everything I got except for maybe one long box or 2 long boxes. That's it. Everything else has got to go. I just can't take it with me, and it's time for it to find a new home. My X-Men run of 94 to 300, it's gone. I'm selling it. You know, my Something Is Killing the Children's, they're gone. And selling really everything that doesn't have an emotional attachment, like a gift or something like that to me. Everything else, it's gone. You know, it's time for it to find a new home. So I'll be doing auctions, a whole bunch of stuff, mystery boxes, you name it. I got to get rid of not only the books, but literally my whole house full of stuff. Everything you see behind me. Anybody want this desk? I don't know. The desk is, you come get it, you can have it or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But anyway, there's a lot of work to be done. And so I'm a little bogged down trying to make all this stuff happen. That being said, I did do I made a wish list on Amazon for stuff I need to make this journey happen. And I know our community is very generous, and I'm not going to share with you guys the list right now. Maybe in the next couple of weeks. You know, my birthday's at the end of the month. Like I said, you guys have always been more than generous and more than willing to help out. So this list that I've made, it's not a there's some pretty spendy things on this list. It's not like I want people to go buy all this stuff. It's a list for me as well, because down the road I need to get this. Down the road I need to get a new laptop that has a battery life a lot longer. You know, it's just stuff I need to upgrade. So there's stuff like that on the list, but there's little things as well that I will need, like a toilet, or something, a toilet bucket or whatnot.
Right.
Anyway, it's just a list. It's called Comics with Bueller Van Life Wish List or whatnot. So I'll probably be sharing that with you guys. And if you guys know someone, or if you guys want to help out, you guys are more than welcome to. It's obviously totally voluntary, but I know this community is very generous, and they've always been generous with me, and stuff like that. And they've followed my journey from 3 years ago to what now it is now, and how it's going to evolve. And people are more than willing to help out, and that's what I like about it. People are generous. I try to be generous back as well. It's a give and take relationship. And I think I mentioned one time I went to the coffee shop and I paid for like $60 for people's coffee. I just said, here's $60. Go and whoever comes up to buy coffee or whatnot, just take it out at $60, and don't tell them it's from me. I just want to give it to them and stuff like that. And it was just good karma, and I just put that out there. And like the next day, somebody gifted me $100 for my PayPal. Random, it's like, that's the type of stuff that this community is known for. Yeah. And it's amazing. So, I mean, I feel very blessed, because we're not a bunch of greedy people here. So it's pretty cool. So anyway, there's going to be some changes as we go along. There's other endeavors I'm going to be looking at, as far as, like I said, other types of mystery boxes that I might be doing to get rid of my collection, auctions, other exclusives I'm looking at doing with some different publishers. Some more giveaways, you name it, a little bit of everything. But it's going to be an interesting second half of the year. So anyway, so be prepared. So I'm trying to keep things on schedule, but with all this stuff I'm adding to my plate to have to get rid of everything and make things happen, some things might fall through the cracks. But I'll do my best to try to make sure the preview video's out on time, make sure the coffee video's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Things are moving ahead. I'm excited. But I'm a little burnt out as well. I told Bob when he got here, I'm just a little burnt out. There's a lot of stuff I got to deal with right now that's changing. And I told Bob, I wish I could just leave right now.
Yeah.
I wish I could just get in my car and leave right now. Just leave the whole house. Let someone else deal with it, But that's not really the doable or whatnot, but because I would love to just get in my van right now and just
go
be halfway across the country doing whatever I want to do.
Yeah
Talking to people, meeting people, and talking about comics and stuff like that. And I'm probably gonna do a small little road trip before the end of the year, just to kind of get my feet wet or whatnot for like 3 weeks. I think I'll probably do a trip down to see my daughter or something like that, and take my time doing it and everything, and living in the van and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty cool. But
very cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. Like I said, I didn't watch any movies or nothing this week and stuff. And like I said, I haven't even picked up my comic books this week, and it's just been other things going on. So anyway, Bob.
Yes.
Do you have any random thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, a couple. First of all, I just want to say that I'm excited for you, man.
Thank you, sir.
I know this is something you've been wanting to do for quite a while. And, it's one of those things where, you've wanted to travel and see the world. And I think the way that you're going to do it is great, because you're going to be going from city to city and meeting a lot of our comic community. Yeah. And I'm excited for you, man. Yeah. I think it's going to be an amazing venture. I know that feeling, though, being completely burnt out, wanting to leave. And keep your head in the game, man. It'll happen soon enough. Yeah. March is going to be here before you know it.
Yeah.
So, but
it's already almost done with July. It's just
exactly.
That's kind of what it is too. It's like it's creeping up fast. There's a lot of stuff to get done, and it's just like, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure. But I don't really have much in the way of random thoughts. I know my T-shirt sales have started happening. If you send me an email at bullseyebobec@outlook.com. I'm selling my Everything Comics T-shirt.
There you go.
You can get extra small all the way up to 4X. It's $20 with $5 shipping and handling, and
you get a sticker.
Yeah, I throw some stickers in, and $2 of your purchase goes to the Hero Initiative. I'll talk more about that in a second.
Yeah.
You just go ahead and send me an email. Let me know your address, what size shirt that you want. And I'll send you a PayPal invoice so that you can get that taken care of. And as soon as I get and hit a threshold, I'll probably in another week and a half, 2 weeks, I'll cut it off and then put the order in. And then with about a week after that, I'll send everybody their shirts. So I'm very excited about that. Another thing too, talking about the Hero Initiative, our good buddy Cullen, who is our representative out here in the Pacific Northwest, he has these books for the Hero Initiative, and look at that. That's a collection of every Stan's soapbox. That's from awesome. The original publication inside of Marvel Comics. Every single one that ever was in a comic book, and all collected in one source. It's kind of cool because it's got commentary by a bunch of different creators and stuff like that in there, and it's a great ride. If you are familiar with Stan's soapbox, they're amazing. If you're not, if you're a newer reader, this was gold inside of the comic books back in the day. But this is all of them, and so they're selling it for $14.99. All of the proceeds go to the Hero Initiative. There will be a link down in the description to their PayPal account. But I'm going to issue a challenge. Don't just pay the $14.99. I'm issuing a challenge. Pay $20. That's right. Just pay $20. The proceeds go to the Hero Initiative. Of course, they do so much for the creators, especially creators that have retired. They don't have benefits or anything like that, so they take care of healthcare and meals and all kinds of stuff for them. And this is a way to give back to all those people who have given us so much entertainment over the years. Work for hire is a very hard thing to deal with, especially when it comes to having no benefits. And if you weren't one of the huge names in the business, chances are those guys don't have any benefits at all. Yeah. And so this is a great way to be able to give back to those people. And so $14.99. Just go ahead and leave a note down in your PayPal donation saying you want Stan's soapbox, and then also do me a favor. If you buy the book and you make that $20 donation, put in the comments, say coffee show, so that Colin knows that it came from us, and he can let us know how many people donated, which I think is really cool. But it goes to the Hero Initiative, and this is something that both Bueller and I are very passionate about. And our good buddy Colin, he's our representative out here. He's a great guy. He'll get that shipped out to you right away.
Yeah. We have the Washington State SummerCon Part 3 coming up next month. Mm-hmm. And they have Donnie Cates there, who is his wife Megan is on the board of the Hero Initiative. And they just announced Howard Chaykin, who's also on the board of the Hero Initiative. I've actually had him on my channel as well, talking about the Hero Initiative. So the Hero Initiatives are going to be very well represented at the Washington State SummerCon, so it should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
But very cool. There's a lot of, I'm not kidding, because a lot of people used to read these Stan Soapbox or whatnot. There's life lessons in there.
Yeah.
I mean, serious stuff. When you're as a kid, you're reading that. It's like, definitely you can learn right and wrong from reading some of the stuff that Stan wrote.
For sure. But before I became a pastor and all that type of stuff, when I was a kid, my moral compass came from comic books.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So there you go.
Really cool.
All right, so that's our random thoughts brought to you by our Patreon members, all our lovely Patreon members.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much. That's about all we have for you. Do me a favor, if you are picking up if you get the Moon Knight book this week, put them on Instagram, tag me or whatnot. Let me know if you got it and take a picture and stuff. I'm hoping to get my copies probably today or tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see it and hold it and touch it, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But it should be a lot of fun. Yours is on the way or whatnot.
It should be on the way, man. I can't wait to get it.
Very cool to see that actually in people's hands. So make sure you tag me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever you use. If you don't do anything, then fine. I don't care. You don't have to. So anyway, that's about it. I can't think of anything else. I think we covered everything. We got the horrible mystery box review. That's always fun, right? I get a call. Hey, this is such and such for Torpedo Comics. Oh, hello. You're banned. All right.
Seriously, though, they have a great reputation, so it was hard to do that.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway.
It is what it is. All right. Anything? Nothing?
No, that's it. I'm looking forward to this week.
All right. Sounds good, man. You want to take us out?
Sure thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what to do. We'll see you next time. Bye.